Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2, and welcome back to our bus rebuilding project. We still have a lot of work to do. As you saw from the last episode, we rebuilt the Indigo line. We are currently following the first bus. There's a little bit of a queue going on here, but it's not too bad. One of the big major changes I made was with the entrance and exit to this expressway here. I made it so that there was no traffic lights on these junctions. To hopefully speed things along with regards to vehicles leaving and joining the carriageway. I also made some tweaks to the trolley line, the actual wires here, the way it switches lanes so that the trolleys don't hold up other vehicles. And I made a couple of other little tweaks here and there just to make sure everything's running smoothly. Right, today we have to finish off the rest of the bus network, or at least get as much of it done as possible. And I am keeping a very close eye on what's going on over here at Tram Square as well, because we do have a few issues. The issues were caused by, where is it? This junction here. There ends up being huge clumps of people gathered up around here, struggling to get past trams. At one point we had 500 people waiting for the Cardinal line here. And that's just a ridiculous number. So I made some changes to stop that from happening again. First of all, I got rid of the expressway which takes cars up onto this avenue. I decided that we didn't need that anymore. And also, I changed the vehicles on this line to Louis XIV, just so that we have a bit more capacity. As this suddenly seems to be quite an important junction, and I'm still not really sure why. All it does is connect to the monorail. There's no other... I know there's two monorail lines here, but I didn't think it would be that big an interchange, but apparently it is. So that's something to go by. Which I suppose is pretty cool, so I don't really know why I'm complaining. It is a pretty cool thing. It's just a pain in the backside. Trying to make it work, that's all. Right. What are we doing? We are finishing off, that's right, we are finishing off the bus network. I've already said that, haven't I? So one of the things that I want to do is go around this northern part of the city and actually delete all of these bus stops that we already have. Because I did say in the last episode, clean slate is the best policy. I think I just deleted a stop that I shouldn't have. Oh well. That'll get rebuilt when that gets rebuilt. So yes, delete all of these stops. I'm going to leave the one on this bridge. So I think that's going to be an important stop on the network still, as long as I remember to connect it up, because I have forgotten to do things like that in the past, and it is quite annoying when that happens. Right, there's a lot more bus stops here than I remember building, which does make me wonder why the line was so out of profit, when in actual fact there were some stops in some really key places. Maybe not so much on this avenue, but other parts of the city definitely there were some key stops in key places. So it's a bit of a mystery as to why no one really wanted to use the bus. It's not the most attractive way to travel around a city, granted, but it is practical. And, like I keep saying, it went to some very good areas, key areas. Okay, so keep deleting all of these. All of these. Again, there's a lot more than I remember there being. These ones. Now, one of the things I want to do with this is get the bus stops off the main roads and put them on the back streets. I think the buses will run a lot smoother on the back streets where no other vehicles really go. Pedestrians walk up and down there, of course. So we'll still get a roaring trade from that. But, you know, I just believe that it'll be a heck of a lot easier for everybody if buses didn't run on the main roads. Trolleys do, buses, I'd rather they didn't. Right, just have a couple more to go. That one there, and I think that is all of them. It looks to be, apart from this one here. So let's do that line first, since I'm over here now. So here's the hub. Buses will leave the hub and they will stop there. They will then go up this road. They will loop round via a stop there to a stop here. They will then run, let's put a stop there, which means I could also put a stop there. There's a good interchange with the metro. I'd say keep running along this bit of the road. I don't mind having regular stops on the bus. So that's how we're going to encourage passengers to hop on board. Regular stops in good areas. So there's a monorail station there, so let's put a bus stop there too. So far so good with avoiding key roads. Let's take these roads out and replace them with bus lanes. In fact, we only need one way bus lane. Like that, and like that. And there's a connection with the City Auto line. I'll put a bus stop there. And then it does run onto the main road for a little bit here. And that's only because this is one way. Unless I make it go around the one-way system. Which actually I might do. So let's rebuild this section as well as these ones. Like so, and then I can get away with putting a stop there like that. And then it can run onto this road with a stop there. And I believe now, yes, we're on the right side of the hub, which is good. We want to stop there. We want to stop there. And then yeah, we want to stop here. Add a final stop. Actually, I say a final stop, but it can't be a final stop. Okay, yeah, I like the look of that. One there, and then one on this avenue, say there. So it is pretty much just follow the road in this instance. It is just follow the road all the way around, up and over this bit here, and then we have one stop on an avenue. Which, you know, that's fine. It's better than what it could be. Right, just got to plan out the actual route itself now. Right, so this is going to be the Sapphire line. And it's the first line running from the new MCH. Even though it's not actually that new, it's new in my eyes. Timetable it. Ah! No, I'm not going to timetable it the same as the Cobalt line. I'm going to timetable it the same as the Indigo line. So I changed the rushes on the Indigo line to an hour rather than half an hour. And I believe that's going to save us not just vehicles time, not vehicle money, but actual time as well. It does get a bit, you end up with a lot of trolleys queuing like this if you don't do it right. Right, I have just realised a boo-boo I've made. I can fix that, it's no problem. Just have to have another stop. There. It's going to stop there, and then it was up this way, across there, down, over this bridge. Whoops. Stop there. Stop there. Now we have some busy-ish roads that we cross, so there is a chance that we might get held up at the traffic lights for these. But the actual roads that we're on now, a lot of them are one-way streets, so that's not a problem. And I think overall, I think we'll be fine. Actually, I'm going to move that stop. I'm going to break protocol and move it to before the junction here, like that. Right, so I want that to go there, and then stop there, stop there, stop there, and then off the one-way system. Right, now I need to focus on where I'm going. So it's one here, up and over the bridge to there, and then one there, and then back to depot, or back to hub, and then back to depot. Right, how many vehicles do I need? Please don't be too many. 13. Oh, I can live with that. That's absolutely fine. So we're going to get, let's say, some Sternberger Pro Terriers, because they're quite cheap to buy and they're very cheap to run. So we need 13, so I'm going to buy 15 of these. And then I've asked for some large vehicles during rush hour, so we're going to go for maybe some Arnold GLs, 5 of those, because they're quite cheap to run as well. Let's follow this bus on its first journey, shall we? Around the Sapphire line. Let's hope that the new system works a lot better than the old one. I did notice, even though the Indigo line follows the basic same route as the old Indigo line, the number of people getting on at each stop does seem to have risen. So I'm wondering if that's because the other bus lines have been taken out, so there's no competition, or whether it's just a case of rise of popularity, maybe due to the vehicle choice or the new route. Because one key stop is all it needs to become popular again. And that's kind of what I've been doing with the landmarks as well, is making not just areas of the city popular, but the lines that carry the people there popular as well. And it does seem to have been successful. So I'm pleased with that. That's always a good thing to see. Something so simple as placing a landmark and suddenly you have a population boom in a particular district. That is pretty cool. Right, we're waiting at these lights for a very long time. There we go. So we run into that lane. So we are having to use the loop here, which I'm not so keen on. It's a little ugly at the moment, and there's a lot of pedestrians crossing the street, which can cause traffic problems. So far, apart from that initial wait, we seem to be doing okay. Oh, there's another wait here. We always seem to get to the lights just as they turn red. Anyone else notice that? It's an amazing coincidence, isn't it? Absolutely staggering. Anyway, we finally arrive at the first stop. One passenger waiting. That entire time we were going round and only one passenger is waiting. Bit disappointing. I'm sure I'll get over it. Alright, come on. Green light. Green light. Green light. Don't need pedestrians to cross anymore, because they're all going to the metro. None of them are going to the bus. Waste of time. There we go. So as we drive down Sunset View Lane underneath Cherry Street. Concord Road as well, that's a nice name. I like that one. It gives me a chance to reflect on what we're doing here with this bus network rebuild. I like what we're doing. I like the plans that I've got. I think they're very, very productive. I can see them working, and you know, we've spent a lot of time recently focusing on the tram and building the City Auto network and building Tram Square And we really did forget about the buses, and they were such an important part of our city at the very beginning. They are what created our city. We had a tram line first. We had the Maroon line and the Scarlet line, I believe, were the first two lines we built in this city. But it was the buses that brought the people to the hub. So I felt a bit guilty almost leaving out the buses, because like I said, they are a really important part of this city. They are the beating heart of this city. They carry passengers to and from the metro hubs and the monorail hubs and the Rathaus hub. So it seemed logical to actually go ahead and redo it. I had people in the comments saying about I should focus on the road network a bit more, and I kind of decided to implement those two together. So one-way systems to keep the buses running will also keep the cars flowing, and therefore the traffic down to a minimum. So they tie in quite nicely, these two projects. And you know, it also gives me a chance to balance the books. If you look at the profit loss now, buses are at minus 7,000, but that could easily break even if this line's successful. The trolley is also now in profit, which rises our overall profit. I'm spending a little bit more money on inspectors, but I'm getting more penalty fares, so that total's risen too. And we have actually had a bit of a dip in the metro and the monorail due to lack of passengers being carried to them from the buses. There's at least 3 hubs that I can think of right now that aren't connected to any other buildings, and that does cause problems. So as soon as they're connected up again, the better. And so far it looks like the Sapphire line is actually it's doing okay. This bus is at capacity, which I always like to see. I don't think passengers enjoy being on an overcrowded bus, but I prefer to see an overcrowded one than a big bus going around with no one on board. That's for sure. Wow, all those people got on for one stop. What does that tell you? Lazy, lazy, lazy. That's why they're all in their cars clogging up my roads. Unbelievable. Anyway, before I start bitching about the population again, there's an old bus stop which doesn't exist anymore. For some reason the line is still there. That's because the new stop is just over here. I imagine all 16 of these passengers will be getting off here for the metro. Yep, I was right. So again, they've all got on for one stop. Lazy. Walk there. It's like 5 minutes away. Unbelievable. Wow, I'm actually being complained at because my ticket prices are too low. Can you believe it? Who saw that one coming? I thought my ticket prices were very competitive, actually. Right, another stop here. We're up to 19 passengers again, so we're over capacity. Again, very pleasing to see that. Very pleasing to see that indeed. Come to these traffic lights, we're going to have to stop and wait. Put this into fast forward a bit more. This is a good first run. If we can get some of the other runs with the other buses, and when we build the new lines have them be as popular, we're onto a winner here. I think the idea now is we have a big central hub on the North Island, so we might as well have bus lines that connect every single building on this island to the hub. Whether or not that passengers actually go the entirety of the journey, that's entirely up to them. But if they get off and get on the metro, then the metro earns money. If they get off and get on the tram, then the tram earns money. And the same with the monorail, the water bus, the trolley, all of those systems. All we're trying to do here is make sure that every single building on this island is connected to the public transport network to try and get cars off the road. And if we're successful in that, then in my mind anyway, the bus will start to be profitable because everybody will be using public transport. And as the bus will be the only network that connects everything up, they'll be getting on the bus. One of the options I do have as well is raising the price for the bus, but I'm not sure if that would be such a good idea in the long run. I think people might start complaining if I did that. So I might leave that one for now. But at least getting these buses out now and making them profitable, it's good. It is good to see. And I put 3 bus depots down for a reason. We're going to have a lot of bus lines running into and out of the central hub. Probably will end up causing another traffic issue doing that, but we'll have to wait and see on that one, I think. Right now, though, I am very, very pleased with the popularity of this line. People do seem to be getting on and off, which is good to see. I really do like that. Building a line like this is always a risk. When you see that it's popular and being used, it does give you a buzz. Gives you a good feeling inside. And people here as well getting off City Auto and getting on the Sapphire line. That's what it's all about. It's a little one-way street designated just for buses. I think that will be used by more than one bus line actually. That could become a little hub in its own right. That'd be quite cool to see. Right, sharp turn onto the one-way system, which without the traffic lights should run smoother. Cars do still have to stop every now and then for pedestrian crossings and things like that, but overall it does run a lot smoother now. Right, first interchange with the trolley and the monorails. Forget about these monorail systems, they're fairly popular. There's a bit of a demand still for them, which again is good to see. Right, we should be getting over into the other lane now. Why are we not getting over? Oh, because we're going to leave it till the last minute like all the cars do as well. Yep, there you go. If you did that in real life, you'll probably be in a fight with the driver of the car by now, because that is cutting him up quite badly. Poor bus driving. Sack the driver, that's what I say. Considering the wages he's on, he should learn to drive a bus a lot better than that. He's going to cut someone else up in a second as well, because he has to go from here into the left-hand lane. Here we go. How the hell did he do that? Okay. I think it's the magic school bus now. He just teleported. I might have to rejig that slightly if that's what's happening there. Right, first independent bus stop, and we now have 26 people getting on board. Pretty much everyone who was on the bus got off. So we're up to 27 people on board. And again, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. If people want to do that, that's fine by me. Because we're still keeping the numbers up. It's just a shift change basically. Loads of people get off, loads of people get on. Don't mind that one bit. Right, 8 people waiting at this stop. They're always going to be unhappy on the first run as well, because they're having to wait the entirety of the journey for the bus to reach them. Once we have finished the first run, then there'll be another bus and another bus and another bus, and it becomes more and more regular, and they should be happier. This run is always the worst one. It's the test run, it's the teething problems, and it's the one that shows you whether you built the right line or not. And it's also the one where the passengers get the most annoyed with you. Just have to be patient. It will come true in the end. Alright, one passenger waiting here. Still got people on the bus, which is good. I have a feeling most of them will be getting off before we get back to the hub. Again, if that happens, then fair enough. Can't really do much about it. A little bit frustrating, but you can't really change it too much. This bus is quite nippy, actually. Seems to go quite fast. Okay, left turn, round the corner. 20 people waiting here, that's good to see. So we're back up to 21 people on the bus. That's very good to see. Was not expecting that. Alright, straight across here to the next stop, which I believe is over these sets of lights. No one waiting here, and I imagine everyone's going to get off. Yep, everybody gets off. Is there a metro or a monorail station nearby that they're heading towards instead? Probably is, thinking about it. Yes, there's a monorail station around the corner. Okay. So that's their way into the hub. Fair enough. I did say that. If they wanted to do that, that's fine. We have 15 people waiting at this stop. In fact, that number is still rising. Quite a bit, actually. It's gone up to 18 now. And that included someone walking away. There you go. All 18 on board. Nice. Got the numbers back up again. and they're all going to get off at this avenue stop. I know they are, because there's a monorail station there, and there's the trolley. What the heck's just happened? AVG, of all the times. Okay guys, my game has crashed. So I'm going to have to end this episode here. I'll let you guys know how the bus gets on. That's really annoying. There we go. Okay, I will let you know how the bus gets on anyway. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, I will see you soon.